a world of peaceful water, but harboring incredible survival weapons. Thermonectus marmoratus, a master swimmer, always on guard. Beginning a new journey. Finding a mate is the top priority. An underwater dance, the beginning of a new generation. The bond, committing to continue the diving beetle lineage. The mother seeks a safe haven. The egg cluster is the future of the colony. A fragile beginning. Each egg holds infinite potential. Small warriors. Learning to swim. Learning to survive. Predatory instinct. The larva begins to hone survival skills. Evading enemies. True weapons aren't just steroids, but also wisdom. A fragile beginning. Each egg holds infinite potential. New appearance. A temporary vulnerability while waiting for the armor to harden. Assassin skills. No longer the one hiding, it is now the predator. Challenges from the sky. Rainstorms forever alter the architecture of the pond floor. Facing the raging water, the only instinct is to hold on. After the storm comes the silence. The need for survival fuels a new hunt, the final migration of childhood. Land is the destination for transformation. Constructing the fortress. A secure pupal chamber is the key to existence. Miraculous transformation. Inside the darkness, a new form is taking shape. A new life begins. From the water to the skies, the journey of a great predator. A different realm. Beneath the forest litter, the earwig navigates a world of shadows, seeking refuge. A dark crevice provides both shelter and an arena for life.
A tactile courtship. In the darkness, touch is the language of connection.
The union. A quiet commitment, hidden away from the dangers of the surface. The mother prepares, carving out a safe nursery in the cool, damp earth. A delicate investment. The future generation rests safely in the dark. Tireless devotion. She meticulously grooms each egg to fend off deadly fungi. The emergence. Pale and vulnerable, the new generation takes its first breath. Under the mother's shield. A rare display of maternal care in the insect world. A sudden threat. The mother unleashes her fearsome pincers and chemical defense. Victory in the dark. The perimeter is secured, and her charge remains safe. Testing the boundaries. Curiosity leads the young ones to explore their narrow world. The vital communion. She provides the nourishment necessary for their rapid development. A changing form. Each molt brings them closer to the shape of their ancestors. Practicing for the wild. Agility is the cornerstone of their survival above ground. The threshold. The time has come to face the vast, unpredictable surface. A sensory explosion. The world outside is a complex labyrinth of smells and light. Learning to forage. the first taste of independence and the richness of the forest. Avoiding the giants. Survival is about knowing when to hide and when to move. Into adulthood. The cycle is complete, and they are now ready to claim their space. The tale maps the vibrations of a harsh and unforgiving world. The silent stalker. Searching for a trail in the shifting sands of the night. An archaic dance. A complex courtship ritual performed under the desert stars. The architectural instinct. A secure vault to protect the next generation. The heavy burden. Maternal protection begins long before the first movement. A living nursery. The mother becomes the sanctuary for her vulnerable young. A defensive stance. The threat is met with a calculated display of strength. The vinegar sting. A precision-guided chemical strike to secure the perimeter. The transition. Now armed and capable, the young begin their independent lives. The forest floor predator. A multi-legged terror with venomous fangs and relentless hunger. Fluid motion. 1,000 legs working in perfect, rhythmic synchronization. A clash of titans. Territory is claimed through raw, venomous intimidation. The coiled fortress. Maternal protection in the deepest, safest corners of the earth. Sacrificial care. She tends to her offspring with unwavering, tireless precision. The silent awakening. A brood of fragile lives, sheltered by the mother's shadow. The first meal. Shared sustenance ensures the survival of the next generation. Developing the strike. The lethal instincts are honed in the dark safety of the nest. Into the wild. The brood ventures out, ready to claim their place in the nocturnal hunt.
Final separation. The journey of the individual begins in the heart of the ancient forest.
The armor-plated scavengers. Masters of chemical warfare, hidden in the forest shadows. Scanning the night. Every vibration and scent tells a story of survival. A nocturnal encounter. The quiet dance of life continues beneath the canopy. Securing the future. A hardened vault for the next generation's growth. The first steps. Pale and vulnerable, the young emerge into the darkness. Strength in numbers. The nymphs stay together, hidden from the predators above. Survival confirmed. Another generation continues the legacy of this resilient species. A master of deception. The caterpillar wears its defenses on its skin, a trap waiting to be sprung. A bold predator. The ant sees only a meal, unaware of the sticky fate that awaits. The trap snaps shut. The predator is instantly rendered immobile by the caterpillar's living glue. A futile struggle. The more it fights, the more securely it is bound to its victim. Undeterred, the caterpillar moves on, leaving behind a warning for all who follow. The bee assassin. An ambush predator with a needle-sharp weapon of chemical death. A precise execution. One strike is all it takes to subdue the most powerful of pollinators. A hidden shield. The meticulous hunter. Always prepared, always lethal, always alert. Master of the hunt. It patrols the meadow, a silent terror on invisible wings. A hidden legacy. She secures her eggs in the safety of the deep shadows. The architectural investment. A fortress of life, protected from the eyes of the hungry. The first breath. The next generation of hunters awakens, ready to claim their territory. Strength in unity. Even the smallest hunters learn the value of a shared presence, refining the strike. A predatory instinct passed down through generations. The drift. As they mature, the call of independence echoes through the forest. The necessary sacrifice. Molting is a moment of total vulnerability, renewing the armor. With every change, it becomes a more formidable predator, the apex of the flower bed. Vigilant and ready, it watches over its blooming domain. The final capture. Nature's design is both beautiful and ruthlessly efficient. The alchemist of the undergrowth. A creature wielding a chemical explosion. An inevitable strike of the heat that awaits. The thermal blast. A boiling defense that turns the tables in an instant. The retreat. The predator learns a burning lesson it will never forget. The sanctuary. Motherhood begins in the quiet earth, away from the chaos. A hidden foundation. The future rests in the silence of the mud. The awakening. Tiny lives, born into a world defined by chemical power. United protection. The bond of the brood is the first shield of their life. The mimicry of power. Learning the choreography of survival. The departure. Armed with the fire of their ancestors, they conquer the banks. The desert shadow. A master of patience, waiting for the night's movement. A seismic map. Every tremor on the stone tells the hunter exactly where to strike. The ritual of dominance. A silent confrontation in the cooling desert night. The promenade. A delicate dance that binds two lives together under the stars. A heavy burden. The cycle of life is nearing its most mid by safety. She carries their future across the endless, dangerous sands. With instinct as its only guide, the young scorpion strikes. Dawn of independence. The desert calls, and the next generation answers. A golden cloud. The hive prepares to expand, a testament to the power of the collective. The master architects. Each cell a geometric masterpiece, forged from patience and wax, the heart of the colony. She is the pulse that drives the life of the hive. A promise of continuity. The future is laid, one life at a time. The nurture. Nurse bees ensure the vitality of the next generation. The first flight awaits. Emergence is but the beginning of a life of service. The searchers. Across the landscape, they seek the nectar that sustains the kingdom. The language of geometry. They dance the location, translating sunlight into flight. The ultimate defense. The stinger is a weapon of sacrifice, protecting the home at any cost. Sunset at the hive. A day of service ends, the rhythm of the colony remains unbroken. The suspended empire. High in the canopy, a city is built from living leaves. The architects. A synchronized effort turns simple foliage into a fortress. Biological engineering. They use their own young as living tools of construction. The sovereign of the canopy. Under her rule, the colony flourishes. A future secured. The nest is a cradle for the next generation of engineers, the tireless caregivers. Development is guarded with absolute devotion. The metamorphosis. Within the silken chamber, they prepare for a life of duty. The warriors. Fearless defenders, they strike with relentless aggression. Born to build. Duty begins the moment they take their first step. The Dusk Patrol. The canopy sleeps, but the Empire never stops working. The Illusionist. A predator that wears the face of a flower, hiding in plain sight. A gaze of frozen patience. Every movement is a calculated whisper in the wind. The fatal attraction. To the pollinator, this is a sanctuary of nectar. The strike. The illusion vanishes, replaced by the swift finality of nature. The price of hunger. Efficiency is the law of the petal. The cycle continues. Life is anchored to the
miniature masters. They emerge with the instinct to deceive and the will to survive.
The hidden generation. They vanish into the garden, masters of their craft, refining the disguise. With every molt, the deception becomes more perfect. The eternal vigil. Until the world wakes again, she remains the ghost of the bloom. The fastest strike in the world. A biological spring coiled with lethal intent. Detection is everything. In the darkness, the slightest touch triggers an explosion of speed.
A blur of movement. Faster than the eye can track, the trap claims its prize.
The matriarch of the tunnels. Her safety is the colony's singular purpose. A new generation of hunters. Every egg is a promise of future lightning-fast strikes, the dedicated guardians. They meticulously shape the development of the future warriors. The silent transformation. Beneath the surface, the weaponry is being forged. The awakening of the steel. The new soldier tests its primary weapon. Into the gauntlet. The soldier's life is one of constant patrol and sharp reflexes, the rhythm of the hunt. An eternal cycle of strike, defend, and survive. The alchemist of the earth. Transforming waste into life, a journey of relentless persistence. Against all odds. Persistence is its only armor in a world that never stops moving. The sculptor of life. Within this darkness, the foundation of a new cycle is molded. A legacy of resilience. The life-giving spark is placed in the heart of the earth. The slow harvest. The lava grows, fueled by the very cycle it completes. The silent waiting. Deep in the dark, the armor of an adult is slowly forged. The return. Rising from the dust, the next guardian of the earth takes its first steps. The call of instinct. The circle is unbroken, and the tireless labor begins anew. A life of labor, a life of purpose. In nature's grand design, every movement is a masterpiece.